angels willing to hold us in their arms. When our worth of stone or ashes, and we both passed on. Let forever mean forever and carry on.
Good afternoon. Hope everybody is doing well. I just want to start out and just to put out there that if somebody wants to get me this really cool jacket that I like, I wear size Epstein didn't kill himself. Just so you know. I wanted to start out with that joke, if you will, because it has to do with something I am seeing on social media. I have a few friends on social media that almost every other post is some type of meme or a joke about Epstein. Not him himself, but the idea that he didn't kill himself. And that directly relates to what I want to talk about. I sit back and I look at this and I look across the board. Right? We're talking about a major pedophile. Major. Nobody even tries to deny it or, I mean, everybody knows. Tell me, other than we the people, other than individuals that you may know that talk about this, tell me one single person in any type of official capacity that talks about it. They don't. They don't. And that is something to pay very, very close attention to. Could you imagine? Just think about this. Could you imagine if you had a politician trying to get his way to a seat in office this election season? If they would just simply say, you know what? One of my promises to you is that if I get in office, I'm going to make sure we get to the bottom of the Epstein deal. I guarantee you the voters would come out of the woodwork to vote for that person. I guarantee it. I mean, that's all people want is honesty and accountability. That's what we're looking for. Honesty and accountability. It's pretty simple. But we aren't hearing that. We aren't hearing that from a single perspective politician. We're not hearing that from the current ones. We're not hearing that from none of them, not even Trump himself. We should be asking why. It seems to me that this is a very monumental thing. How many times do we catch a predator, a trafficker on the level of Epstein? We just don't. It doesn't happen that often. Most of them are protected. And I believe that Epstein was for many years. I think that Epstein was protected. I think something happened here or there that they no longer wanted to protect him or no longer could protect him. And so he became known about. This is important. This is a very important case. Because this has a span beyond belief. Hollywood, D.C., the U.K. This is a case of global proportions. But yet, nobody in your current government or prospective government wants to talk about it. We should ask ourselves why. Sounds should be normal. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, all my audio, I do believe, is where it normally is. I believe. I got one other place that I can check real quick. if I can pull my head out of my butt long enough to find it. I was down the other day and I changed it, but it doesn't mean that I may not be down here in this particular... Oh. Yeah. Give me a second. Actually, I think that was pretty well normal, but here, let me kind of go in a happy medium there. Okay, is that better for you? That should be right about where I used to have it. So, okay, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting. And I see Tim over there on our Facebook chat over there, and he made a point. He said it's scary how quiet everyone is about this whole situation, and I agree. You know, it's whether you're talking about the media, politicians, you know, nobody's talking about it except for us. We're the only ones that are talking about it. And I think it's an important thing to note. And I really feel like we should force this issue. This is something that we should force, but we shouldn't just stop at the issue. We also need to ask why. Why are they not interested in getting to the bottom of it? We've got an international pedophile that's God only knows how many people he's trafficked. And, you know, we can't get to the bottom of this. You know, I know there's some people out there that's, oh, we're good. Epstein's dead. We're good. It's over. Nope, he can't harm anybody else. But the problem is he is so connected with so many other people that are still out there and are still involved in that industry, if you want to call it an industry, that, you know, the damage by him not testifying, the damage by not outing who his partners in crime were, it's so substantial. It's unreal. And, you know, I see everybody out there these days and, you know, they're cheering on their politician and all of that. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Because there is no left versus right. It's fake. It's as fake as it gets. It's as fake as our currency. There is no left and right. And I've pointed this out a number of times. And it really does hold the answer. The left creates the nanny state. And we see that. Look at what's going on in vaping right now. You know, Trump indeed mentioned it. Melania Trump is indeed involved in anti-vaping, you know, advocacy. But largely, it's been the left that have been putting in the bans, the vape bans. That's a nanny state. But the right creates the police state. And you can't have a nanny state without the police state. Both need each other to exist. And that's what they do. They work hand in hand. This is no big battleground in Capitol Hill. That's all fake. That's all fake. I can guarantee you. You look at how quickly they come together to get enough votes for something that they want in. If it's something that we want in, yeah, we just can't get the votes for that. Can't make it happen. Makes no sense to me. And both sides of the aisle contradict themselves so much, it's unreal. Pardon me, it's unreal. So, we've got to figure our way out of this. And I honestly think I've been saying the answer for a long time. It's not a pretty one. It's not what I want to have to tell you. But it is what it is, and I can't change that. All I can do is be a messenger. That's all I can do. You know, we're going to have to buckle down, and we're going to have to put an end to this. We truly are. Our forefathers of this country told us we were going to have to do this. In fact, they warned us against allowing our freedoms to be taken in the first place. But the American people, living a good life, got complacent, and they let it slip. And that's going to happen. That's just the way the progression of humanity works. It's going to happen. But now it's time for us to put our boots on and get to work. And it's not pretty. It's not fun. But it is necessary. Without a doubt, it is necessary. Folks, it's sad when you can't get vitamins because of their cancer-fighting attributes. You can't get them because they're made illegal, because they fight cancer. They're trying to destroy the vaping industry. Why? Because it's 95% less harmful than smoking combustible tobacco. Oh, gotta get rid of it. Gotta get rid of it. The only thing that they can manage to do is feed Big Pharma and the medical industry. You know, between the prison industry and the Big Pharma / medical industry, it's big business. Big business. Trump came out today and came out against New York because they're releasing, I think it's at hundreds of prisoners. I want to say it was Oklahoma's doing the same thing here really soon. I applaud it. Folks, these aren't murderers and rapists and you know, armed robbers. All right? These are people that are in there for stupid stuff. For stupid stuff. And your tax dollars are paying for them to be in there. Right? Our states are broke. And whether it be a privatized prison or a state-run prison, guess where the money comes from to pay for those prisoners? The costs. You. It comes from you. Per capita, we have the largest prison population of any nation in the world. Land of the free, right? Remember hearing that? Land of the free. That's why per capita we have the largest prison population of any country on the planet. And you're paying for it. You're paying for it. There are so many people in prison for the stupidest things. And so now states, cash-strapped states, are starting to release some of those people. And Trump, king of the police state, is coming out against it. We cannot continue down this path, not unless we really like the taste of boot leather, because that's where it's going. That's where it's going. And they're doing everything they can on both sides to provoke people to strike out at one another. That's what they want. That's what they want. Because then they can really clamp down. Then they can really clamp down. I don't think that plan is going to work as well for them as what they think it's going to work. But that is indeed their plan. That is indeed their plan. And the reason why I say that is if you've ever had a couple of friends that's been in a fight, right? And so you try to get in the middle of it and try to break them up. Guess what usually happens? I know, been there, done that a few times. Guess what usually happens? You wind up getting punched. You're the one that gets punched, and many times from both of them. It's the way it happens. And I think the same thing is going to happen with the government too. I think they're going to come down on the people when they start to fight one another. And I think what's going to happen is, at least for that cause, the people are going to be unified and they're going to fight back against the government. Just the way I see it working out. May not go that way, but I sure hope it does. I sure hope it does. This is crazy. This is truly crazy stuff. But let me real quick run through the normal stuff, and then I'll read the headlines to you, and we'll get right into video stuff, and we'll go from there. So, I am telling you. All right, Amazon affiliate. We are up to $7.17. So we are climbing that ladder already this month. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I do believe this month where I'm going to be putting it, and it's going to be, I think, 98 something, 99 something that we get at the end of this month for Amazon affiliate. And I think what I'm going to get, as long as they still have them, is those sleeping bags. Even if I have to wait to get them, I'm going to look around as well and see. I'll see if there's any other deals too. But these say it's going to take 1 to 4 weeks to ship. If that's the case, that's fine. Again, I'm going to look around and see if there's any others like this, because this seems like a really, really good deal, to be honest. So anyway, either way, that's what we'll be getting at the end of the month. So with the Amazon affiliate money, and then anything that's left over, we'll figure something else out as well. So anyway, like I said, thank you very much. For those that don't know, we're an Amazon affiliate. We got a link in the description of the video, as well as at the homepage of the WatchmanNews.com in the top right. That just takes you to Amazon, and if you make purchases, it doesn't cost you anything more, but it throws a little bit our way. So we also got an Amazon store over there, just a bunch of categories with a bunch of items in those categories. The links in the description, as well as at the on the homepage, at the homepage, whatever, right there. And we've got a Teespring store. Best way to check that out is go to the WatchmanNews.com, scroll down on the homepage. Those are the different designs that we currently have. We'll be getting more up there as soon as I can manage to get them up there. So we also have a PayPal donate link, donate button, link, whatever. I'll get there. That link's in the description of the videos, as well as a button right there at thewatchmannews.com. That just takes you to our PayPal donation page. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can just use a debit or a credit card as a guest. So I always let people know it says Transforming Disabilities up top, and also says Purpose the Watchman News donation. So, and what I was showing everybody earlier, this is a list of stuff that we're working on getting. So whether it be through Amazon affiliate or PayPal donations, or if you want to help us out with our list, it's just it's like a gift registry from Amazon. You go, you put it in your cart, and under addresses, you'll see other addresses, and you'll see Michael Callahan's gift registry address. And if you choose that, it will magically make it to us. So anyway, need to figure out how to condense that spiel down to less than like 60 seconds. All right, let's get a drink of coffee here, run through some headlines. All right. Okay, this is really going to work. I'm telling you, this is going to work. Facebook rebrands in all caps, failing to diffuse internet ire over monopoly status, fake news, and privacy predation. Predation? Isn't that supposed to be like predation or something like that? That just says predation. Well, we know I'm not right, but that I know, but the word's maybe the word's not right too. Man, that's pretty screwed up. If the word's not right and I'm not right, how in the hell is anybody going to know what's going on? All right. All right. class war for the rich. Wealthy New Yorkers slam bid to crack down on equality, and they aren't the only ones. Americans have no rights against police. Homeowner tells RT after being denied payout for house wrecked by cops. This is in the news again. This is that homeowner in Colorado that had his house completely destroyed by police because a shoplifter whom did not live at that house got into the house to hide out. And the police absolutely destroyed the house, right, over a shoplifter. And so clearly the homeowner wants compensation because, I mean, come on, really? He had nothing to do with it. It wasn't like a tenant that he was renting out to, nothing. He had zero to do with what went on. And now he's out a home. And the city won't even pay Jack. They won't pay him for it at all. So rightfully so, he's been raising hell here lately. And I hope it stays in the news for a while. And I hope they get plenty enough pressure to compensate this guy, because that's what the Constitution says. The Constitution is very, very, very clear about this. Let's see. First day of the rest of your life. World prison capital, Oklahoma, frees over 500 inmates in largest commutation in U.S. history. This is what I was talking about. Okay? And I said I thought it was Oklahoma. It was. Over 500 inmates. And it's because, folks, they can't afford this. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And, you know, taxpayers are footing the bill for this. And these people that are in prison have no business being in prison. Prison really is only supposed to be there for the people that are just absolutely irreprehensible, right? But we've got reverse justice in this country. You know, somebody doesn't pay for traffic tickets that they get, and they wind up, before it's all said and done, they wind up with a hefty sentence and thrown in jail. And yet we sit here left and right watching sexual predators get out within 6 months. What is going on? You know, you get behind on child support, man, they will hang the hell out of you. But commit a sexual offense and you're in and out like it's fast food. It's backwards. It's backwards. These predators should never see the light of day again. Sorry. They shouldn't see the light of day again. That is what the prison system is for. To keep us safe by keeping the truly dangerous people locked up. Not a for-profit industry, which it has largely been turned into. I'm completely against privatized prisons. Completely. That needs to be something that's government ran. You know, and even then so. It needs to be, you know, it needs to have heavy oversight. It needs to have a lot of audits. And we need to be making sure that there's nobody making a dime here. Other than, of course, the employees that have to work at the prison systems. But, you know, make sure that there's no profit from it. Because otherwise you get corruption. Let's see. Do your job and print his name. Rand Paul urges media to out whistleblower. Says they worked for Biden. Juul disregarded early evidence. It was hooking teens. Of course they did. I still really think that this whole thing with Juul and the vaping problem is, and when I say problem, I don't mean problem, but the problem is in the states, you know, going against it so hard. I think this was the Hegelian dialectic. I do. I think problem, reaction, solution. I think that is why Juul was put there, was to essentially destroy the industry. Because, again, who owns a major part of Juul? Big tobacco. Big tobacco. The same ones that's losing a fortune by vaping. Let's see. U.S. bid to hold oil fields in northern Syria is illegitimate, says Moscow. Speaking of vaping, we just got new neighbors today in our building, and they're vapors, or at least the guy is. He's a vapor, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Texas gun control activist shoots her 3 children dead. Let me say that again. Texas gun control activist, pro-gun control, shoots her 3 children dead. This is the mindset of the people that want to take your guns from you. They will kill their own defenseless children. And they don't want you to be able to protect yourself. That's the mindset. That's the mindset. That's where I think we the people, especially we the people that understand the Constitution, need to lace up our boots, and we need to put our foot down. And when need be, up the right asses. But we need to put a stop to this. We really do. But we need to hold that Constitution in our hand the entire time. We need to do it in the spirit of the Constitution, and we do not need to overstep the Constitution. I think that we would be righteous in our mission as long as it was done in light of the Constitution. I really do. Because what is going on right now, there is no way in hell our forefathers would have allowed. Our forefathers would have been throwing tea off the ship decades ago. And we're still putting up with it. We're still putting up with it. But as far as gun control, can you imagine the reaction from our founding fathers to those wanting to ban guns? Can you imagine what the reaction would be? Yeah, they would likely be tree ornaments. Plain and simple. And it probably needs to happen that way. Plain and simple. We need to end the discussion on gun control. These people don't care about others' defense. If you're willing to kill your own children, your own flesh and blood, that's crazy. That's crazy. And by the way, if she hated guns so much, why did she have one? How did she get access to one? Right? Let's see. Can't see that whole headline. Let me open it up real quick. 9 members of Mormon family shot and burned alive in Mexico ambush. And I want to open this. Oh, it is all up there. 1 second. Maryland Popeyes customer stabbed to death over chicken sandwich after cutting in line. Nuts. Nuts. Let's see. Iran will take new step in reducing commitments under nuclear deals, President Rouhani announces. China signs nearly 200 deals for new Silk Road projects and eyes further expansion. That's going to grow quick. Really, really quick. Big Mama, mother of all bubbles, could blow up economy in next 2 years, says a strategist. 6 Islamic extremists deemed danger to Sweden allowed to remain in country on humanitarian grounds. Do you hear that? Man, Sweden is one of those places that I always it was one of those dreams to live there. Not that I could ever see myself doing that and going so far away from what I know what is home, but when you daydream about other places to live or even visit, Sweden had always been one of those at the top of the list in my mind. Not anymore. Not anymore. Sweden has really became an insane country. It really, truly has. Moscow slams illegal U.S. presence in Syria amid reports of new military bases being built in oil-rich province. U.S. tech companies to lose $40 billion as China's Huawei takes its business to Europe. Yeah. Are we winning? Yeah, we're winning, right? Yeah, we're winning. Russia, China, and Turkey push global gold purchases to new highs. A State Duma mulls legislation to make Russian software and apps mandatory on mobile devices. Stuff like this is going to be coming here. Now, mind you, they've already got backdoor access. Don't ever think for a second that the U.S. government does not have backdoor access to your iPhone, your Mac, your PC. Believe me, your Android. If it's a device that you can connect to the big www, they've got access, and you better believe it. But the difference is, at some point, you're going to know they do, because they're going to mandate something. You just watch. We're starting to see this deal that Trump just signed here just recently. What was that thing called? Let me scroll real quick down my timeline. I can't remember what it was, but I know it's on my timeline on Facebook, and it's not too terribly far down. The headline to the news article was, "Call it the surge, vowing nationwide crackdown. Trump touts tougher and more militarized U.S. police." And there's some things that either he has already signed or he's getting ready to sign that is really going to put the true police state in effect, okay? Believe me, folks, we've got some crazy stuff coming, and it's going to be coming within the next few years, all right? You wait until after this coming election, and it's going to be chaos. All I can tell you is make damn sure you're ready. Make damn sure you're ready. Because it's going to be chaos. On so many levels, from so many angles. Let's see. We had Clinton. We had everything. ABC's Epstein cover-up exposed by pissed news anchor in Project Veritas leak. No foreign intervention needed. Mexico rejects Trump's offer of help with drug cartels after murder of U.S. family. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. What? No bonus? Boeing boss gives up perks after Senate grilling over 737 crashes. And I hope it don't end at giving up perks, but I have a feeling it will. Right? Hundreds of people dead. Hundreds of people dead. You know, those prisons that I was talking about are made for people like this. Right? People that should never see the light of day again. And you're looking at one of them. But he'll never do a minute behind bars. He'll never do a minute behind bars. It's sad. It's sad. And there are so many people complicit in this whole 737 MAX thing, it's unreal. Got people in the private sector at work at Boeing. We got people in the government sector that work with the FAA. And they're all complicit in what happened, in the death of hundreds of innocent people. And not one of them will see a minute behind bars. Now, you have a broken taillight, and you might get shot in the face, right? Because that's the way it works. As if listening to you have sex wasn't bad enough, Siri and Alexa can also be hijacked by lasers, researchers find. Folks, I'm telling you, if you've got these devices in your home, no matter the brand, whether it be Alexa, whether it be Siri, it doesn't matter. Get it out. Get it out. Let it monitor your trash can until it gets picked up and taken to the dump. Get it out. Let's see. Radical left Dems are killing our cities. Trump attacks New York leaders as hundreds of prisoners set for early release. Now, that's in New York. I don't know how many other states are going to be releasing, or if there are any other states that's going to be releasing any mass amounts of prisoners. But hey, right on. I mean, folks, these are not hardened criminals that they're releasing, okay? They're people that should have never been put there. They should have never been put there to begin with. They were put there for profit. For profit. I told you, he's enriching the police state. That's his intent. That's what Trump wants to do, enrich the police state. It's what Red Team does. It's crazy. It's crazy. But they have everybody fooled in thinking that the right and the left. No, it's not. It's they and us. That's what it is. They and us. Girls do porn cover-up. Police ignored reports of rape and harassment by woman tricked by infamous XXX website owners. Yeah. See, that's because law enforcement is in the job of creating victims, not helping them. Just how it works. Just how it works. Anyway, it looks like that is the headlines. Let me go ahead and close up the monologue. We will move forward from there. We'll be live till 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything or anything like that. For those just here for the monologue or those watching the recording later on, thank you very much. As always, God bless you. We love you, and be one with your spirit.